This Formica fusca black ant queen has given birth to her first brood. While the workers establish their new territory in the earth, above ground, a nearby colony of Formica sanguinea slave-maker ants are on the lookout for would-be victims. These ants specialize in stealing larvae from neighboring nests and raising them as their own. If the black ant colony isn't prepared for the inevitable incursion, they may be wiped out entirely. Sigestria florentina, a funnel-web spider. She is large, fast, and equipped with a deep, powerful bite. Her lair is carpeted by sheets of silk woven between tripwires that radiate out from the entrance. She can detect even the slightest vibrations with her sensitive legs. Any ant that strays too close will be snapped away in the blink of an eye. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. By working together, the ants have overwhelmed one of the funnel web spiders. She won't be causing any more trouble for the colony. Her sisters, however, still present a problem. A sanguinea scout has sensed the presence of the black ants. A raid on the colony is now inevitable. The question remains as to whether they will merely pillage a generation of young, or wipe out the colony entirely. In the end, it will come down to the tenacity of the defending ants. This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers. There are intruders in the nest. The ants must fight. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood. The raiding party has arrived. The slave makers will head straight for the brood chambers. They must be stopped. The raiding party has left, and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood. The Fuska colony must replenish quickly if they are to survive the next assault. There are intruders in the nest. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. There is no respite from the culling. The Sanguinio will subjugate or exterminate. The raiding party was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe, for now. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. The slave makers are back. They can sense larvae, and they want their share. The raiding party was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe, for now. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. There is no respite from the culling. The Sanguinea will subjugate or exterminate. The raiding party was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe, for now. There are intruders in the nest. The slave makers are back. They can sense larvae, and they want their share. Once again, the slave makers return to their nest with new black ant larvae to raise as their own. The raids will continue, but this Formica fusca colony has proved its capacity to endure and grow. Eventually they will surpass their parasitic overseers, and the continued raids of the slave makers will reduce to nothing more than a mere inconvenience for the great Black Ant Empire.
How is the colony progressing?
The Queen is exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
This Formica Fusca queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable. Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant. Unfortunately, the queen chose her colony's home poorly. This earth is infested with Grillotalpa, the European mole cricket. Growing up to 45 millimeters in length and with powerful forelegs, these beasts are masters of tunneling. The crickets have had their fill of roots for the day, and are now on the hunt for protein-rich invertebrates. This queen and her brood are in imminent danger of being devoured. The ants have encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing. This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers. The workers have uncovered carnivorous larvae of Ocypus olens, the devil's coach horse. They are born ready for combat, with powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey. They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters. If the ants had disturbed the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. There are intruders in the nest. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood. A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit. A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit. These wood lice will make a significant addition to the colony's larders, but they are clinging tightly to the ground. It's going to take some effort to dislodge them. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. Mole crickets are burrowing into the nest. The ants must defend in multiple locations at once. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. There are intruders in the nest. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. There are intruders in the nest. A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit. There are intruders in the nest. The ants have stumbled into the path of a fully developed devil's coach horse beetle, and it's hungry for breakfast. The beetle is almost 4 times the size of a black ant, and protected by thick plates of external armor. Whilst it bites at the tiny defenders, it sprays foul-smelling secretions from the end of its raised abdomen, disorientating the ants. The devil's coach horse is dead. Its corpse will provide food to support dozens of new brood. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood. Mole crickets are burrowing into the nest. The ants must defend in multiple locations at once. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit. The ants must defend themselves. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. This Formica fusca colony has now established itself as a rising power in the undergrowth. Soon their territory will need to expand above ground, where new challenges await. For the time being, however, the Queen is safe.
Is it feeding time already?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
I think it is time we connected the outworld to the feeder colonies. I want to see how these Ereptors respond under pressure.
I will prepare the experiment.
Let's begin with a small threat.
Connecting the Fusca colony now. I will let 10 through to start with. The Ereptors identified the threat and responded very quickly.
Excellent. Let's see how they handle a few more, shall we?
Introducing 20 Formica Fusca ants. Our Ereptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment and let me know the results. Don't add more than 30 ants at once, though. We don't want to harm the queen.
Understood. I wonder how they will react to a rival Ereptor colony. Introducing 40 rival Ereptor ants. Excellent! Introducing a further 50 rival Ereptor ants. Fascinating. Now let's try 60 Ereptor ants. A superb response! You're doing admirably, my Reptors. Perhaps a small reward. Look to the surface! What about a combination of a Raptor and Fusca? Let's start with 20 of each. An unconventional defense, yet highly effective. It's interesting to see the colony fight on two fronts. Perhaps we should try 30 of each. Magnificent! Once again, our Raptors triumph! Some seeds on the surface for my succeeding Raptors. Gather them quickly. The colony's ability to withstand such overwhelming assaults is incredible. I wonder, how will they handle a sustained flow of aggressors? Let's make things a little more interesting, shall we? Enter the Devil's Coach Horse. Whoops! I seem to have dropped my beetles. I hope they don't harm the little ants. Perhaps that's enough for now.
How has the colony been responding?
They mounted an excellent defense against 20, 25, and even 30 Fusca ants, as you suggested.
Perfect. Perhaps we can provide more of a challenge for them next time.
What a fantastic suggestion!
see how the colony grows over the next few days.
Now that they have experienced battle, I expect to see a significant rise in the number of soldiers.